What's good, homies? Welcome back to another episode in our West Tigers rebuild series. As usual, we're going to take a look at the lineup before we jump into the game. Alright, so as you can see here, we've made quite a few changes. First of all, Josh Reynolds is back from his origin duties. I don't even think I saw him in the actual Blues lineup, but he's back playing at 5'8", and we've moved Tui back into the centres, Sully out to the wing, and Mahe Funua dropping out of the 17. Our final change comes on the bench, and Chris Lawrence actually got suspended for one match, so instead of throwing another prop or back rower in there, we went off Jacob Little because Matt McCurrick gets a little gassed at times. Alright, so our opponent for today are the number 2 ranked team in the league, the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks, who look to be on a pretty big winning streak. Well, from what we can see anyway, prior to the origin break they've won 4 in a row, and as for us, we're coming off a narrow defeat to the Rabbitohs. So this will be our second meeting with the Sharks. The last time we played was in round 5 and we got absolutely smashed in that game. We lost 38 points to 10, and I think that might be our biggest loss to date. Not just in this season, but the series as a whole. I don't think another team has put 38 points on us. We've obviously evolved since then, so hopefully we put up a better fight. Alright, so we're going to kick things off with the Sharks in attack. As they send it to Maloney, a little inside ball to Gallen, who gets past one, tries to get an offload away and it gets intercepted. They just want us to score the first points here, as we set up for an inside ball on the first play. Beautiful ball to Tupou in space, and he's going to get slowed down by Josh Dugan at the back. We try and get an offload away, but it comes off a Shark, and we almost score there in the corner. I won't usually attempt a play on the first tackle, but if the game sets one up for me, I'm going to give it a shot. As Elijah Taylor breaks the line, gets an offload away to Matolino, and we're going to get pulled down inside the 10. On the third here, as we go to Packer, and he tries to crash over the line, but he gets driven backwards. On the fourth, as we set up to the left, we pass to Reynolds. He links up with Idris, who floats one out to Nofoaluma. Hugging the touchline, he's going to sneak into the corner for our first try of the game, and a beautiful try that was. They're going to send it up to the bunker to review the grounding, which is usually what they do when you dive into the corner. But as you can see here, no worries, we do get the grounding, and we're going to get the first points of the game. Looking back at the try here, it was just a little settling run to start off with Packer, and then the boys got set to the left. Reynolds to Idris, a long ball out to Nofoaluma, and he just finishes it off with a nice little dive. All in all, it was a pretty simple try, as Reynolds lines up the kick here, but I think I eventually change it back to Tui Lolohea. We do slot the 2 anyway, and we're going to go up by a converted try 5 minutes into the game. Alright, back in attack, and it's McQueen taking it to the line on the first hit up. First tackle here, we go to Matolino, fends off one, burns him to the ground like he's nothing. With an interesting setup to the left, we go to the right, and Packer's going to find space around the ruck. We try and get a pass away to a supporting player, but it hits ricocheted off of Shark, scooped up by McCurrick as we taunt, and we're going to score under the post for our second try of the game. A lot of luck involved in that try, but we're going to take another look in the replay here. And as you can see, Packer slices through the ruck, straight past the defender there, and the pass wasn't even on. It ricochets off Lutelli, I think that was. The ball travels along the ground like 20 meters, and it's scooped up by McCurrick, who immediately taunts, and he eventually gets the ball down under the posts. Back off Reynolds, getting set for the kick. I don't think I actually changed the kicker until maybe the next game or the game after that. So I guess for now it's going to be the grub taking our kicks. He gets us up to a 12-point lead, and we're back in attack here just 10 minutes into the game. As we run the ball with Taylor, he's going to get pulled down outside our 30. On the second, again we go to this left side. Russell Packer fends off one, draws in a few defenders, gets the offload away. Jamal Idris in open space here, looking to go all the way. He eventually gets mowed down just meters before the line, maybe a meter, not even that. But we set up to the left, looking for Taylor, and he gets absolutely smashed without the ball. And that ends that play. Some pretty entertaining footy there. As we clear it here on the last, just have a look at where we're kicking from inside our 10 as Dugan gets around one. And he's going to get pulled down by 2 defenders outside our 20. The Sharks have 4 tackles to work with here as they spread it wide to Beal, and he's going to get pulled down just past our 20 now. second tackle, they go to Bukuya, takes it to the line, drives for more meters. He's going to get pulled down just outside the 10. As they inch their way closer to the try line, they have numbers to the left as they play long to Maloney, gets out of a tackle and he's going to score their first try of the game. Simple footy there by the Sharks. They went wide to the right and they came back wide to the left. And it was Maloney who took the line on himself, and for some reason they've got Chad Townsend taking the kicks as he slots the 2 points, sending us into the break with a 6-point lead. Alright, looking at the halftime stats here, and the Sharks started to get more bored towards the end of the half, completing 5 from 7 sets. We've completed 4 from 6. Both teams making 3 errors. We also managed to crack their line 12 times and one of them led to a try. Alright, so back in the second half we'll be starting off in attack as Little takes it to the line here. Both Little and McCurrick on the field. McCurrick goes for a scoot here and we're going to get pulled down inside our 30. On the third, an interesting play to the right and I don't really know what to do here, so we just pass it out to Matulino and he's going to get pulled down outside the 30. On the fourth, we go to Brooks on the blind side, looking for a 40-20. We've got a strong wind blowing from left to right, and that wind's going to help the ball find touch as it trickles its way past the 10. Alright, off the tap, we're going to send it to one of our big boys here, just to take it to the line so we can set up for the next play. McCurrick at dummy half, he goes to Little, passes to Taylor who turns it back inside to Tupou, fends off one and scores our third try of the game. It was a nifty little play. I usually go out the back a second time then turn it back inside, but we did it the first time here. As you can see, Elijah Taylor, Tupou still had a bit of work to do as he beats a defender to ground the ball and scores our third try of the game. Back with Reynolds here to take the shot at goal. Super simple as we convert the 4 into 6 and go up by 12 points. Alright, inside the final 10 minutes of the game, we send it to Reynolds to get rid of it on the last, and as you can see, it was another decent set defensively by the Sharks, containing us within our 30, as Edric Lee beats a defender and gets pulled down inside our 40, and the ref was a little premature there with the whistle, penalising us for holding down when we clearly just made the tackle. That's one of the new annoying glitches that happened post-patch, and they're working on a fix on it as we speak, as the Sharks spread the ball here, and it's going to be Bukuya trying to power his way over the line, but he gets flipped on his back, literally inches from the line, as they send it to Seguiaro who knocks the ball on, and they won't begin that little consolation try. With only 2 minutes remaining, we're back in attack as we go for a scoot with the McCurrick, and he's going to get pulled down inside the 20. On the first, with barely anyone to the left, we go short to the right to Packer, bumps out a one tackle, and he's going to get pulled down inside the 40. On the second, no one at the back for the Sharks, as we go to Nangama, fends off one, gets the pass away to Nofoaluma, puts him away as we taunt. We race down to score it under the posts, and we're going to get tackled from behind by Seguiaro and get denied that try. An embarrassing moment there to end the game, but we get the win nonetheless. Full time here at Campbelltown Stadium, we defeat the number 2 team in the league, 18 points to 6. As we take a look at the full-time match stats, Matt McCurrick actually picks up man of the match. Finally, before we jet, we're going to take a look at everyone else's stats, just so you guys can cast your votes and whatnot. And as always, drop the like button for more Rugby League Live 4 content. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you. Later.
Demons that I got on my soul. I've been thinking about the pain that I got on my mind. My conscience on this edge from the things that I did. I've been praying for forgiveness in the way that I live. You can find me in the zone, I swear to God, I